So, let me tell you a lot about where you'll screw up with this. Some of the mistakes you'll make, and of course I'm going to say catching, because a lot of the factors that go with catching, you people don't realize. You catch and you catch and you catch. So even if I have a horse in for 7 weeks of training, every single day I turn that horse loose. Every single day. Because here's some of the things you're going to get. You're going to get 100 lessons within one. The more times that horse leaves you and reconnects, those are all positive things. So a lot of people avoid doing something wrong because they don't want to lose the connection. No, go ahead and lose it. Lose it, reconnect, lose it, reconnect. It's a great thing if you get 100 reconnections in one lesson. So the other thing I'll tell you about is how critical is the accuracy here. Come here. So you'll see she's not quite as accurate here, but where I put my belly button is going to have a lot to do with what I get here, you know. So if she's too close for her hindquarters, see, all I got to do is turn my belly button there. The other thing is this. You watch this. See, this is dead soft and it's dead accurate right here. That's one thing you don't understand. You'll get some horses that their nose is right over here or right over here. But when you go like this, it doesn't soften up. The other thing is your accuracy is where you point your belly button. So one thing I'll have to explain to you here is that she can't comprehend the fact that there's nobody standing over there. I'm talking to the camera. So if someone was standing there, she can comprehend that I'm actually talking to a living thing. But so if I move around and she does the wrong thing, more than likely it's because I'm talking to you. She can't acknowledge that. She doesn't know how a camera works. But one thing I'll tell you about this, let's just say I'm standing in front, right? If I allow my belly button to see, this is what I mean. She's not going to comprehend this. So I'm going to turn my belly button a little more this way. And if I point my belly button to the shoulder here, right, I'm going to get a different turn and a different effect than if I actually point my belly button right there. So your accuracy on where you point your belly button is going to be a huge thing. So I want to see here, how good is my accuracy here. Let's see if she adjusts. So if I turn my belly button here, she should give me a little more forehand this way. See where her nose is? It's dead center, and she's dead soft. This is what I mean by accuracy. So one thing I'll tell you about this horse, and I'm only over here working her for the girl, is how she stands. So I've just saddled her up, moved her around a little bit. But with this horse, and I'm not going to look at the spot, and it's not, I can tell already it's not as big as what it would be when I first saddled her up, but it's going to be right here. See, I'm not even looking at it and she's immediately getting soft, but see her nose is a little bit farther over here. So if I take and I put some pressure against that, see, she's pushing against me. She's pushing, she's shifting her weight back. So I'll put my hand there. See? See the difference? I'm not pushing on her. That has already gotten dead soft. So realizing where your horse's hard spots are, I'm going to push here because she's backing up. So the accuracy factor, no, I say I'll just disconnect. No, you backed up. You need to come forward. Yeah, and I'm going to touch here. See, this time here, she didn't back up to put me in front of the drive line. I'm actually still behind the drive line, just barely, but I got a little bit of sway there. So I'm going to push harder. So I push harder, she's pushing back against me. So let's just see what she does. So I'm pushing harder. I'm going to push harder. I'm going to push harder. I'm going to push harder. Harder. It's a little got softer. So here. Here. Now if I focus on that spot, it'll get a lot better. A lot faster. But I want her to feel this energy. Oh boy, that got wicked soft all of a sudden. So when I get the softness, I stop. See where the nose is? If I put my hands here, what happens? Oh, perfection. Yeah. See, that's what I mean about this horse. That, and like I said, I've only been coming over here to help this girl. But right away, she goes back into that. So I'm going to use some energy. That's the other thing you people don't know how to do is use energy. You know, you don't know how to pick it up. You know, your focus is bad. And I'll get into the focus, but I started talking about the energy. One thing you got to understand is I actually believe the fact that I can reach down here and pick up a ball of it this big, throw it out there, and have it explode like 10 feet away if I want. See, you have to learn how to use it. Use it. See, if I turn my belly button here, this will get a lot better, a lot faster. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Learn how to reward it. See, I either say yeah or I say there. Learn how to say there. Every time that horse, or any horse gets soft, I say there. There. It makes your center go down and backwards. It's different than exhaling. Get used to saying it. You'll find out that you'll start saying it even when you're not around the horses. You'll start saying it when you finish something, even a project around the house. You'll finish and you'll go there. See, it goes down and just back. It's a very calming feeling for a person. So the more you start using that, the better this stuff will all get. See, so here, yep. Not too bad. I'll go, yeah, yeah, yeah. You want to get this to the point that anytime I touch this, that this gets instantly soft right away. And like I said, I've only been here to help the girl. So she needs to understand this and do this a lot with her. And if she's great, yeah. So I go, yeah. And I touch with both hands. That's another thing. Your touch. It matters. It matters a lot on how you touch your horse. Whether you touch your horse with the back of your hand, where you're standing, how you're facing. Sometimes I touch a horse like this. But when I touch a horse like this, I do this. I do this. And if I got lower, she'd get lower. But if I stand, I touch them with the back of my hand. So that's some of the things you'll fail on. and you don't want to go. You're too quick. To put them online, if you put a horse online and he ever gets to the point of, if I do it and they get to the point where they get worried enough that they pull me off balance, that's it. I take everything right off them again. But I always and never ever forget to reward this. So I mean, I can jump. See, it just, yeah. See, yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I want. This is the way this horse would be if she was around me enough nowadays, but she hasn't been with me. You got to understand the fact. When I say I catch every day, these horses, most generally, when they come to me, they're in training every single day. I am catching. Every time I take that horse in here, I'm catching. I always give that horse the opportunity. See, that's picking up your energies, like when you ask for a transition from going from a walk to a trot. So if I pick my energy up, that's what I want from her. She just goes in relaxation. So if I rode this horse, and I probably will here today, if I ride her, I'm not going to ask her to go up into a trot and keep trotting her. I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, let's go up to a trot. Let's trot, 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 trot. When she does that, I'm going to exhale and say, hey, that's pretty dang good. And then I'll do it again. I'll say, let's trot, 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 trot. See, my energy's up. Trot, 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 trot. That's not too bad right there. That's just kind of okay. Disconnect. Check this. Yeah. Yeah. So see, her accuracy is not as good because when it's even better, it's good. It's very good. But when it gets real good, what she would have done there is tip her whole nose right into here without moving her body at all. So even though she's really good, she can be that much better. So let's trot somewhere. Let's trot somewhere. And I don't like the curvature, so I can turn like this. There. Come in here. Oh, yeah. See? There's so much to this. And if you are so quick to put a horse online, you're going to miss out on all these learning experiences. But don't be so ignorant to the fact that if you come in here and just start pushing on that horse, when they don't have a halter and lead rope on him, they will not lie to you, and they'll give it to you right off. You say, oh, my horse never kicked, never bucked. My horse always catches. Honest to God, I sit here and laugh. Because you haven't been pushing buttons. And I'm not talking about pushing buttons to make the horse mad or angry or anything. But I mean pushing buttons like a lead mare would. You know? When you start doing that around a horse, they're going to start pushing you back if you don't have the kind of respect they would give to a lead mare. So even if I went here and I put my elbow out and I turned right, would I get the correctness? If I do this and I just back up, will she stay parallel to me? So she's going there. I'm going to go push the forehand, ask for hindquarters here. See, I can go here. See, she won't let me touch her there. Because if I turn like this, if she didn't turn, I would have touched her with my hand. Oh, how good are you, baby? So if I switch sides, can I get kind of the same thing? If I turn here, see, she'll step a little more forward here. If I come in here and grab the saddle, will she step back? Yeah. See, it's dead center. She's a little farther away from me, but still, this is dead center. That's what I want. I can ask for her to get more parallel to me. But see, she stepped forward. I don't want you to step forward. I prefer you to keep me right here. Yeah. Right here. I go like this. There. And just wait. That's the other thing. People don't know how to stop. Yeah. So that, yeah, I'll touch like this and put my head down. But see, she'll pick her head up only because she likes this. See? She loves that. So that's why she's picking her head up. Understand, I'll give her some of that. But she loves it. Loves it. Oh, yeah, and if I go under here, let's see. Let's see. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, that feels pretty good, huh? See, you know when your horse's spots that she likes touched. So the other thing I'll discuss is the focus because I dropped that subject. So catching, this is how I would base it. Catching number one, focus number two. The thing is, when you start learning how to focus, what happens is you get so concentrated on focusing on going somewhere, like I want to go to the camera, you go to the camera like that, and you forget your horse didn't even move. See? I'm surprised she didn't move. But I didn't ask her to move. See? And the other thing I'll tell you about is when you ask her to move. If you put your hand back here behind your center of energy only goes out to here. It doesn't really go around the corners. See? If you're going to cue here while you're standing up there, you actually have to turn your shoulder so that your shoulder's hitting here. If your shoulder's here and you touch here, sure, she's going to do it for me, but more than likely she's not going to do it for you. See, because my belly button is no longer stretching forward. I'm actually straining because I'm putting this behind my center, right? I'm actually straining and see my belly button turns like this. That's the only reason why she came forward. That's how critical your belly button is. When they get to understand it really good. So if I grab the saddle and I back up, so I disconnect, no. So she's not as good here, and you'll see she backs. That's better. She backs a little crooked. If she's going to bump me with the hindquarters, I'll turn like this and start looking at the shoulder. So, see, now you see how much better she backs. So I think I'm going to get on her and ride her here, and I'll show you some more of what goes on there.